Hey there, YouTubers. Here we are in the 3rd gen Tacoma, and what I'm doing today is the spark plugs. Now, there is a lot of videos here on YouTube about how to do the spark plugs. Of course, none of the guys are really explaining how they're actually doing it, or some of the steps that they taken to accomplish the job, because it as some of you already know, the passenger side is quite easy. Pretty much anyone can do it if you're a bit of a connected mind. So here's the ignition coil 1. Here's another one down here. Basically, you remove this bracket, and then you pull it up. Then you can undo this bolt right here, and that'll do the other coil here. And then here's the other one. So pretty easy, anybody could do this. The difficult part is the driver's side. As all of you know, on all the videos, everybody claims that it's the most difficult part to do. And the dealer recommends that you remove the intake manifold, but of course, definitely we want to try to do it without having to go through the hassle, especially because we don't know if the gasket will have to be replaced every time you remove it, or is it delicate, or are you going to get dirt in there? I know that a lot of guys are probably concerned with that. I am. So that's why I'm choosing to go and take that little extra steps to not remove it. That way I don't have to worry about dust, particles, pebbles, anything getting in there. Little pieces of leaves. Especially if you love your car, you want to make sure that it doesn't get any junk in there. So on this side, what I did is I loosened up this bracket here. I just loosened it up. I removed the bolt here on the top, and I left the bottom one down here. I just loosened it up so that it doesn't fall off. So right there, it's out of the way. No need for complete removal, or you can remove it if that's what you want to do. I removed this clip here, this cable here for this sensor. Sorry about the focusing because the hose is right here. Okay, so I removed this one. First I loosened the bolt for the ignition coil. Once it was loose, before I pulled it out, I made sure that I disconnected the cable that goes to the ignition coil. And remember, you'll need a little screwdriver, or I'm using this. Just be careful not to pry up too hard, where you're gonna break the plastics on it that hold that connector. So I undid the connector. Then I removed this little plastic bracket that holds all these little hoses together. And there's a second one here, and that one holds these two hoses together. So I did notice that it says right here, do not kink. So we definitely don't want to kink the hose. You never know what's it made out of from the inside. I don't know what hoses are made out of inside, other than rubber, but for a reason it says not to kink, so let's try not to kink it. So once this bracket's out of the way, you're able to flex these around. And again, we're gonna try not to kink them. And let me try to show you how this coil comes up. You just gotta move these up, actually down the cable, up. This one up out of the way. Sorry, it's taking me a minute. I'm only doing it with this one hand that I have free, because I'm trying to record and show you guys that it is possible. And here we go. It's out. So there it is, guys. It is possible to remove it without removing the intake manifold. I am using a torque wrench, and I have it at 8 foot-pounds. At 8 pounds, whatever you call it. You guys probably know. No expert, just DIYer. I'm using a size 12 to remove this bolt right here for my for my spark plugs. I'm using a size 5/8 with the rubber piece in there so it holds the spark plug in place. Just make sure it's not a really tight one, because then it sucks when you're trying to pull it out after you tighten it up and then this damn thing stays stuck in there. And I'm also using a size 10 for the little bolt that holds down the ignition coils. So if I'm able to do this, this is the hardest one. I'm sure you guys will be able to figure out the next two. You know, like I said, we can move these hoses around. Be careful when you, with the clips and cable connectors, not to break them. That way we can snap them back in place and your truck is running like new. And one more thing, I'm also recommending the original. I'm doing the original spark plugs. This is a part number if you guys want to check it out. I paid $117, I believe, for these. The dealer. Champion makes iridium spark plugs. They were only $52 at the auto place. But when I saw these spark plugs, when I pulled out the first one, I just said to myself, you know what? Let's just do the original ones. These Champion ones don't even look as nice and as good as the original ones. So there you go. Again, this is the 3rd gen Tacoma with the V6, and I just showed you guys the best that I could on how to do this part. Hope you guys can do it, and good luck.